the developer is selling the same unit that if you sold for, you would lose at that price, you'd lose 300 grand.
This episode is brought to you by Shrubs.me. One thing on the way up, crazy frenzy. What are you thinking? It was a frenzy. Everything goes up. But after that popped, right? And everything started going to shit. Like, and now you bought something and now you lost money on it a year later. Like, even the one you're talking about. Let's dig into it. So what was the story here?
The townhouses?
Yeah, the guy that you
Well, I
didn't
mean, he
like
came to me afterwards, so I don't know like the whole story, but obviously someone said to him, "Hey, I got these great townhouses for sale.
like
Hey,
a
hey, hey,
pre-con
this is a crazy opportunity. It's in
line
a
of
neighborhood.
credit.
It's like, it's right by the 404. Hey, I can get a really good, I got VIP access. All right.
Yeah,
I can get
yeah,
you basically the biggest units there. They got these great units. They're upper floors,
yeah.
3 bedrooms, corners, south facing. It's amazing. This is what everyone's going to buy. This is going to be such a good money maker.
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't you buy two?
Oh,
Why don't you get two?
that sounds very, very fantastic. That sounds very fantastic to me. But
They are Indian, so let's not like, mock them this way.
how am I
They're
going to sell them after?
okay. Now he's Persian or Russian.
He was all over the place, anyways. He was skirting
He
the
is
edges of
Persian, half
everything.
Russian. Listen, don't worry about selling them. Don't worry about selling them because there's an assignment market, and the assignment market's liquid. All you got to do is you just got to post the posting on Facebook Marketplace, and people will line up to take it over from you, and you'll make $100,000 on each unit. Do you know anyone else who might be interested in buying one?
Oh, very, very much.
Yeah, this is gonna be an opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh, I know so many people back home with lots of money.
Tell them to grab their life savings, all right?
Liquid.
Borrow from their parents who are elderly
Yeah.
and bring all their money here to Canada and
Sell
buy
the hut.
these townhouses in the middle of nowhere with no amenities, and that'll be surrounded. This whole area that was developed, there's like all these like service lots surrounding the town. Like, so, you can tell that what happened was they built out like the condo building, then they built out the townhouses, and they're like, we're going to do detached houses. This is going to be a master plan community. And then the market changed. So they have all these service lots. So in order to get to this place, which is in Richmond Hill, it's a nice, like, you're in Richmond Hill by the 404. You've got to drive through like a dirt field. Like it takes 5 minutes just to be able to drive through the whole subdivision to get to the townhouses and condos, because the dirt field that are all a bunch of service lots that haven't been developed yet or sold
Yeah.
are all just sitting there vacant.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
worst. It's the
Yeah.
worst. I've lived through that so many times in my lifetime. New houses, new subdivision, dirt fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Move in with no grass. It's
Yeah.
a horrible system. Like what
Yeah.
those goddamn developers get away with, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
It's really crazy though that you can move in with no grass. Like, how's that even fair? Like, honestly,
I,
you
I
gotta,
got another guy call me last week. So they bought a new home. They didn't return my calls after I had a good meeting with them. So that's normal. Sometimes people they want information from me and then they avoid me. But maybe they'll call me and I'll still help them no matter what. But anyways, they're screwed. And
oh,
big developer, sold them the property near the 404 in Richmond Hill again. And big house, great house. I'd live in this house. It's a fantastic house, like 33,000 plus square feet, new construction, bedrooms, bathrooms, finishes, everything. Very nice. The builder had remaining inventory, right? So similar unit, so like almost identical house gets listed for like their like break even price. We do all the math. We figure out what break even would be. So those guys list at that price. Builder, sorry, this week, list one, $300,000 less.
oof.
Why? Because he can afford to.
He can afford to.
Yeah.
Well,
And he's got that inventory, and he's now the developer is selling the same unit that if you sold for, you would lose at that price, you'd lose 300 grand.
well, so what happened? So a lot of people actually they point the finger at the evil developers, the greedy evil developers, because the prices went crazy during COVID, right? But
Hmm.
what people don't realize is that it's not the developers that were the ones that were gouging. Okay. The developers raise the prices to keep their profit margins because of all the other motherfuckers that are gouging in that environment. So you
Hmm.
have the labor, that just kept charging more and more and more. And the materials, the lumber and the steel prices went crazy on everything. Development charges kept going up 45% the last increase, for God's sakes, right? From
Hmm.
year to year. So people put out there, I don't even remember what it was, 300% in like 5 years, development charges, interest payments, especially on land. Like they didn't come down, they were crazy.
Hmm.
Fees for financing, like on and on and on. And everybody was taking their piece, right? And so the developer is sitting in this environment where they like, okay, how do you not raise the price when the construction prices are going crazy? You can't get toilets anymore because the what was it called? Transitory issues that we had with shipping throughout the whole thing, right? So
Hmm.
you had all these things that made the pricing go fucking bananas for the builders. So they had to raise the prices to make sure that they still made the money that they were supposed to make at the end of this thing. And for some reason, everybody just lined up for the stuff still, right? Do you remember we were talking about it in
Yeah.
the as like, things were the craziest ever, and people were already having problems, and people were still lining up for pre-con in like God knows where. Remember the whole Paradise Developments thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on out there right now. I don't know
Well,
what's been going on
the
this whole
bottom line
time.
is this. I think that the worst is over. I
The
think
worst is
the
over.
worst is over
For
because it was
who?
the peak prices mixed with the low interest rates and then the sudden rise in interest rates, and so now they can't afford to stay there anymore. A lot of stress. They're forced to sell at a big loss. Those are over. The big losses, I think, are over. Okay, those ones. That's the worst. The example is that
Well, no,
we
hold
talked
on a
about.
sec, though. So
Yeah,
you're saying that the builders can afford to reduce the prices so much, and I'm saying that maybe it's
yeah,
because prices and things have come down since then that they can
yeah.
afford to do that now. But if that's the strategy, okay, like what happens when they can't sell the next wave, right? Or this doesn't work by lowering the price $300,000. What's the next move, right?
Sure. But just for an example, like the amount of people who took big baths over from 2022 to 2025 is going to be smaller than the amount of people who take baths from 2025 to 2028. But we're not out of trouble yet. There's still going to be a decrease in prices. There's still going to be a massive issue in our job markets. There's still going to be a lot of people who are going to be struggling to keep their homes because of their renewals. There's still going to be people who are going to be hesitant to buy because of the market and the economy, right? And so it's going to be like we still have a lot of dust to settle here before we can actually say, Canada's back as a country. We are rolling. We're moving forward. Let's go. Let's go. This is great. And honestly, it's going to be a change of government.